go. So, I am kind of excited, and I have absolutely nothing to be excited about. Well, I can find things to be excited about, but I have been laying in my bed sick for some days, and as usual, I know it is giving to lie in stillness and do not much, but I just love it when the energy comes back and you feel a need to do things again. So there's just this spark of life inside of me again, and it's nice. I still have something on my throat, and I'm not totally well, but I have energy now, and that's nice. So I thought I would just jump into it, and perhaps even let more come through. I don't know. Sometimes when you have been lying in stillness, things work on themselves, and now I'm just going with the flow of it. So I think that Magdalene Oracle is speaking first. So I will just jump right into it. And, well, as always, lots of stuff is going on. This is funny. This was the first card my eye caught, and now it's jumping out. So of course I'll take it. But as always, I just have this feeling of I want to go with the flow, and in these days where nothing much has have been happening, I think it has been about 10 days that I have been having a need to isolate myself. Not only because of this illness, but just because the energy draw me in, so to speak. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just go with the flow. And this one is called Acceptance. And isn't she beautiful lying there? It is like there are, I know the camera isn't very well on this computer, but it's like her body is shaped up with these patterns that is on her, inside of her, and around her, as if she is being created of the sun. It is like the, oh yes, and she has a star in her forehead, and her hair is down in the water, in the river. And around all these symbols, the sun, the star in the forehead, the hair in the water, there's something going on her behind. There is the same frequency in different forms, so to speak. I get this feeling of she is one with all, and yet she is of course individualized, and that's the same thing for all of us. We are one with Source, with the sun, with the heart of the universe, and also we are individualized, and we must do our job being us here on earth, right here, right now, being in communication with all these things happening inside of us and outside of us, having developing ability to be congruent with these symbols, with these movements, with these patterns, inside of us, outside of us, that is connected. and why the sun and the star is connected, and the water and all these, it's like this movement of wind in her behind. It's quite funny because my 3D mind thinks it's very erotic, this picture, and of course it is erotic because it's life force flowing through her. And when we give into that, we give into the flow of life, and it has expressions in so many forms. Water represent the feeling state, the emotions, the movement, the movement of our inner. For me, emotions and the feeling states are guidance from within. It's like a guidance system, and having a connection to our emotions, both on the inside and also on the outside, the greater collective of emotions, connected also because of the movement in it all to the winds, the more mental state, there is, of course, connection with the mental state and the mind and the emotions. These are connected into the sun, that is the wholeness of all. The sun is for me at least, the oneness from where we all derive. And she is laying there in acceptance of it all, of being one, of being individualized, of being soaked up in her emotions on the inside and on the outside, in the collective perhaps. And also this mind, the mental state. But she has a higher knowledge. Her star, her third eye is open. And it is connected also to the sun. It's like this effect. It's like the butterfly effect. Whatever she does, however she breathes, there is a deep acceptance of surrender into it all. And you have to let go to take it all in. Her eyes also shine. It is like there is I don't know if you can see it, but her eyes, there are glances, there are rays out of her eyes, because she is penetrated of life, penetrated by life. And it as well as it comes into her, it also comes out of her. She is in alignment with it all, with the universal flow of it all, knowing that it is a great, can we call it a job? It's a great, I cannot find the right word, but it's a great competence to have, to be able to do what she's doing, accepting, letting it all in and out, being with the flow of it all, whether it is oneness or if it is fragments and states of it all. I just love this picture, and her boobs. Her breasts are also soaked into the water, and it is a very female and a very motherly aspect. Not only the motherly aspect, because all females, whether they are mother or not, have this connection to life through their breasts. Perhaps that's why men can be so fascinated by them, because there is a connection into the deeper knowledge of fruitful life, I have to say. And being able to be surrendered and being in total acceptance of this magnificent body work that it is being a human. It is body work, it is embodiment. It is one woman, you, whoever, and of course it is also the man, but here it is just shown in the female form, but the man can have this experience as well. This one body embodying it all. That is deep. And I've got this feeling that there's also the unknown. Some of this are in deep contact within her and through her, but there are also the unknown. And she is okay with that. She is okay with the unknown, with not knowing. Because she knows that it will be opening up to her, through her, with her, in the right time, when she is ready. Look at her, she is in no hurry. She is in no hurry. She just is. And she's not only just there, she is doing something in her nothingness. Because she's transmuting, transforming. She's working with this without doing anything. Because that's her nature. Things are working through her. It is a thing to do without doing anything. This is beautiful. I will see if there's anything to say about it from the book. I'll just scan it. Well, I'll just take it. Acceptance is the key for you at the moment. You have the power to heal and bring balance to an area of your life that is causing you concern by accepting things as they are. Don't try to change that which is beyond your power to change. Focus instead on that over which you do have power. Do you have power over the way you react to the events in your life? You do have power over the way you react to the events in your life. Adopting an accepting attitude will help you regain your sense of inner peace. There's no point worrying about something if worrying about it will make no difference. Believe that the forces of life are with you and not against you. Make the most of what you have instead of wishing you had more. However, acceptance does not mean that you need to give up on your dreams, hopes, or aspirations. Just know that there is a higher purpose to things, and trust that all will work out for your highest good and for the highest good of all concerned. And I don't think I need to do anything more with this because it's just so beautiful in itself. Yes. I think this was that for the first card, and I just have the urge to keep on going for a while, but I don't need to channel because I think the way I talked in the beginning was kind of channeling. We're already 12 minutes in, so I don't want to take all your day. I just want to see what the Work Your Light Oracle... oh, it's difficult to find. If there's anything from... Yes, there is something from them. Sorry for the noise. 2 cards, and one we have been working with before. The Unbound. I love this process that we are all in. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. That is what we are doing. And this one is called Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? I don't know if the color will be better over here. I am not in the right setting for this, but whatever. So these are 2 cards very well connected, because when you do your work, being a human, trying to find your way through by all the things that you can find, there are so many very intelligent and good therapists and healers and transformative workers. Sometimes you just have to, by consciousness, know things from deep within, and then you let go. And in time, when you have been doing this work, you will stand up and find your own inner peace, and by your own inner guidance, step up into this character of your own that is for all of us. Being your own priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? And it doesn't mean that you have to go out and rule the world. No, it just means, well, it can mean that if you are born to have that experience, but it means, for the way I get it now, is that you are in your own life the priestess and having the ability to get your own wings. See, there are so many symbols here. She is a woman dressed up with feathers as around her neck and as wings on her dress, and she has the Egyptian snail crown. There are lions by her side, and there is a great, well, first of all, the great big sun, and also the pyramid that is, of course, the ancient symbol of connection to oneness, and the rainbow There are actually rainbow circles around here. Normally they are here. I don't know why they are pictured like that, but it gives me a sense of dimensions, overlapping. So we are not only here in this time and space, there are overlapping times and spaces. And the pillars here, the pillars of light, the pillars of whatever is creating the reality for you. So we have to do the inner work, we have to go with the flow, we have to feel and sense and let it go through us, all these things that we have. And it's not only a personal journey, it feels like that, and it is like that. It must be treated like that. The personal journey of releasing and letting go of all that we have brought into consciousness in this lifetime, even though it often stems from not only our own personal journey, but also from the generations behind us and from the collective around us. We still have to face it and feel it and let it flow through us, because that's a way to transmute it. It doesn't mean we have to cry our eyes out because we feel like a victim of it all. We are not victims of anything. It can feel like that, and if we feel like we are victims of things, then we of course must see it, find the truth in it, find the truth in it and behind it, doing whatever needs to be done to figure it out. It's like the maze, the labyrinth. And sometimes we go through things that we cannot see through until we can. We will meet the right persons to help us. We will, if we ask the questions, the answers will arrive. But it's not always the way we think the answers will come, that it comes. Sometimes the answers is not by word or by mental understanding. Sometimes the answers come from the deep understanding of what we do not know, and it's fine. Sometimes not knowing is the best answer. And having there's a lot of lightness, there's a lot of opening energies in this. So it's also being able to step into the unknown and being fine with that. Have this deep knowledge and experience that all is, I don't want to say all is well. Of course all is well, because all is. But it's also very painful sometimes, and it's also very frustrating, and everything. We are humans going through a human experience. And being able to do that and be that, being so very human that we take this journey serious. Not only letting it go like forgetting and forgiving, no, letting it go because we go into it and go through it. And while we go through it, while we go through this great mystery of the harshness of life, we can then transcend it. And we will experience that it is uplifting to be human. It's grand processes, and it's beautiful. And it's being able to do it that brings us to this. Perhaps we should do it like this, so. So this process, going through all the shadow work, in whatever form you choose to do it. You don't even have to know that you are doing it, but facing yourself with all there is. Accepting it, finding out that your body, your whole system, is the miraculous potential to release it all and go into this state where you are your priestess in your own life. And here, words are not necessary, symbols are deep. And you transcend further on through these symbols more than words. Well, I love this combination of cards, and it's very much the therapeutic journey that many of us are going through these times, and many have been going through before us, and many will go through after. Just know that this is the truth. If it rings true to you, then it's truth for you. And it's fine to be with these processes, even though it is a tough one sometimes, and you have to see yourself in the eyes in ways that you perhaps do not like to see yourself. I mean, I have been very much there was a necessity for me in my life to see tons of shadows, and I am willing to go there. I am willing to throw myself in the dirt and not being very shy about it, because we are humans and we cannot hinder this life to happen. Life is happening, and life have been happening before in generations, lifetimes, and eons of lifetimes. So it's not just our fault that we are how and who we are. No, we are the combination of endless things and energy forms. So what is the purpose of all this? Well, I love this process, getting here, through this releasing, but not only releasing like, let it be gone. No, by doing the work, doing the shadow work, going through the darkness, the ground, the tough one, the tough work, and knowing that it is very simple and very easy when it's done. And of course, I'm also very aware that in these times we do not have to go through things and work on processes over and over again. No, it's fine not to do that. It's very natural not to be interested in all these deep therapeutic processes. And there are still ways to go just by conscious mind, taking your time to have your room just with you as you are right now. Whatever feelings, experiences you are having, be what you are. Accepting, loving everything. And by letting it go through you, you embody life, and thereby transmuting life from heavier densities into lighter being, forms of being. And it's all right, all is necessary. Don't jump over anything. There's no reason to come here before you are anchored well in your body. Yeah. So as I see it here, the body is very much the central point. Knowing how to use your body to generate life through you. Beautiful. So, this was one for me, because I am alive after a period of time with sickness, illness, and stillness and solitude. Yeah, I don't know. I hope you can use some of this, or else, if you got to the end of this long video, I wish you well. I wish you life, because life is. Yes. See you around.